3, 2, 1.
CineBoiz podcast.
Whoa.
Best podcast ever. This is Larry King now.
That was my Larry King impression.
That really actually wasn't that bad.
Thank you. Should I do it the whole time?
No.
We're talking movies.
No.
Out of respect for the deceased, no.
Yeah.
Out of respect for the deceased, you should do your Larry King doing his Sonic the Hedgehog voice.
Yeah.
What does he
You watch
say
that
again?
clip?
I'm a
What
hedgehog.
does he- Basically, that's what he says. I'm a hedgehog.
Nah. Larry the Hedgehog.
Prescription painkillers. Are they dangerous? Go.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Amy!
What's up,
Hi,
girl?
Well, this
She's
is probably the longest we've gone before actually introducing the podcast. So maybe I should do that.
Take your time.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the CineBoiz podcast. Today is Monday, January 25th, and it's Monday morning. It's the day after the AFC and NFC championship games. And I think we can all say we're
Happy or very sad right now.
we're very excited for this Super Bowl. What a matchup it's going to be.
Yeah. I can't wait, or I can't wait to maybe not watch it. Who knows?
Just two dynamic quarterbacks going after it.
Here's
There's
what I
going
know
to be
for sure.
passing. There's going to be running.
Mhm.
There's going to be tackling
There'll be a field, probably.
and goalposts.
Right.
Touchdowns will be scored.
What we can say
We
for
hope.
sure is that there will be a Super Bowl game in less than 2 weeks from today. That two teams will be playing in.
And the AFC team will have red in their color scheme.
Yes, they will. But yeah, again, we're the CineBoiz podcast. We're part of the Cork Bats podcast network. We are the only podcast on the internet where four guys get together and talk about movies. That's not a lie. That's not like a fact we made up. That is real. So don't do any research on it, because why do you want to just disappoint yourself and just prove us right? That's no fun. If you're gonna learn something, if you're gonna research something, always do it to prove somebody wrong. Like that's the point of research, you know. But yeah, guys, good to see y'all. My name's Kenny. I'm one of the co-hosts of the CineBoiz podcast.
He's the main boy. Don't let him tell you otherwise.
Thank you. That goes
Main
straight to
boy,
my ego.
and the rest of us are co-sub boys.
My sub boys.
Go boy.
Sub boys. Well, I am
Sub.
joined as always with my three co-hosts, starting with Mr. Frank Michael O'Brien IV, aka Mob in Kentucky. How are you, Mob?
Just dandy here in the bluegrass.
Yeah, sweet plants, bro. I like that plant.
Yeah, that's my wife's plant, but I think it's great decor. Adds to the ambiance of
Yeah.
the room.
What would you say you like more, the ambiance or the decor?
Glad you said that.
Hard to say.
Okay, fair enough.
The ambiance or the decor.
We're also joined by our good friend Tom Bragg in Columbia, Missouri. Hello, Tom.
Hello.
Yeah, okay. Hello. And then, of course, also in Columbia is our good friend Kevin Keith. How are you, Kevin Keith?
Doing great. Doing
Yeah.
great, Ken. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, it's a rainy day here in Austin, Texas. As you can tell.
Yeah.
Not really, but it is rainy, but you can't really tell. But yeah, it's just another week. We're just going to get through some stuff. We got a new segment planned for this week, which I hope is just going to catch on like wildfire. You know, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. But hey, guys, guess what?
What?
We got some box office numbers this week. You ready to go through them? All
Sure.
right. Prepare to be dazzled. So last week, coming in third at the box office was News of the World, starring Tom Hanks. Can you guys guess how much money it made to come in third?
Wasn't it last week like $1 million?
It was a
not
few
much.
weeks ago. It was like 1 point something.
How much it's made
I'll
total?
say
or just
No,
this
how
week?
much it made last weekend at the box office?
$900,000.
Close.
That's yeah. Okay.
850,000.
No. So just shy of $1 million. So it made 990. Wait,
it's in front of you on the screen.
$900,097.
This is not a math podcast.
No, this is not a numbers podcast.
Far from a math podcast.
If you got into this podcast because you're like, hey, I really like numbers, you are in the wrong place.
Yep.
Not good at them. Not even good at saying numbers, as I just demonstrated.
I don't even know all the numbers.
Yeah, numbers are hard.
What's the one that looks like a snowman? I don't know.
An 8?
I don't know. Could be.
Like the number 8.
Is that
okay. Coming in second
that what
was
it's
the
called?
Crudes. Still out there.
This
still,
is going to be the
still-
same lineup as last time.
Yeah. Actually, no.
Still
Surprisingly
going
not.
strong. Wonder
So
Woman
Crudes,
beat out
Crudes-
Wonder Woman.
maybe.
Crudes made $2 million last weekend.
That's kind of a crazy gap between number 3 and number 2 and the
Yeah.
numbers.
Well, you're
game.
gonna see a pattern here because the next one, number 1 in the box office last week,
Don't
was
tell
The
me.
Marksman, which
Oh,
I have no idea what that is.
What?
that's Liam Neeson.
Oh,
Oh,
one
Taken
of those
7.
movies.
It's Taken, but in like the Wild West.
Nice.
Not even the Wild West. He's Border Patrol.
Liam Neeson. Does he only make shitty movies now?
Larry King. I'm gonna pepper that in this whole time.
Then
That's
just start saying, "Caller, you're on."
Wow. Yeah, it's got a 36 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow. Well,
That's higher than I would have guessed, to be
So
honest with
it
you.
made 3.1 million. So it was like $1 million jump from each spot.
Who is going out in the pandemic winter to go see that?
I don't know.
Of all if I was going to go to a movie theater, it wouldn't be to see Liam. In his,
Well, would you say that Liam Neeson owns January? Because I feel like that's when most
Yeah.
of the Neeson movies come out.
Yeah,
All
He's
the
a-
Taken
he
made
movies
a
came
pretty-
out in January.
he made a pretty decent movie in January, like 2 years ago, where he was like up in Colorado and he was like slowly.
Oh
killing
yeah,
off
he was like a
mob member.
snowplow driver.
Yeah, it was pretty good actually.
he was
I
getting
don't
revenge.
remember what it was called.
Yeah,
You could tell me that was a Mel Gibson movie, and I would believe you too.
Yeah, could be
or most of the rest of his movies.
correct.
Just the revenge style Liam Neeson January. Like that's what January's for.
Which
Yep.
I won't lie, I enjoy a Liam Neeson revenge thriller. I
don't-
know what it is, and I'm not gonna expect
Yeah.
it to be anything cinematically brilliant, but it's fun.
I don't think I've seen any of his movie. Well, I've seen a lot of his movies, but like the genre he has found himself in over the past 10 years, I think the only movie I've seen is Taken.
Yeah, he's really made a switch. I feel like the 90s and like the first part of the 2000s, he was doing like actually good, serious movies. And then like Taken happened
Mm-hmm.
and he just started going down this whole other path.
I think action movies are just fun to do.
Yeah.
I think
You
so
don't
too.
have to like worry about range or anything. You just kind of
Mm-hmm.
run around with a fake gun.
Yeah,
Punch some people. I don't know.
probably work out some of that rage.
Yeah. I think he's just like, hey, I found what works for me. I get paid a decent amount of money and it's not a lot of work. He's like in his
Yeah, why
60s.
not?
Like, he's pretty old.
Cold Pursuit. That's it.
Oh yeah.
But he said he wouldn't mind coming back to reprise his role as Qui-Gon for the Star Wars thing.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll bring him back somehow. Like they
I'd
have,
love to see him.
yeah. Hayden Christensen's going to play Darth Vader, which I don't know how that's going to work. He's just going to be in the suit and
Yeah, who
it's going to be
cares?
somebody else's voice.
Right.
Yeah, he's just gonna be. He's not gonna be talking.
He's gonna be like the original actor that was Darth Vader, and then they
Yeah.
voiced him over with James Earl Jones.
My thought is that maybe they'll take off his helmet for a split second, but then
Probably.
would die. So
Oh, good point.
I don't know. There was that real quick shot in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
He had his helmet off.
But also,
Roll
like,
it on.
you can't tell it will be him because
It's just the top of his forehead.
his head and face is all messed up anyway.
Maybe he'll still have like the rat tail, and you'll be able to see that.
Maybe. Well, they showed like end of Revenge of the Sith. They show his face before they put the helmet on.
Mhm.
Doesn't look great. Looks
No,
a
he
little-
nasty.
Yeah, he gross. That dude look gross.
It's one of my favorite lines in cinema of the last 20 years, if we're being totally honest.
Which
I
one?
hate you. It kills me.
Yeah. Well, pretty soon, I mean, James Earl Jones is getting pretty old. Pretty soon they're not going to have him around to do the voice of Darth Vader anymore.
How old
Unless
is
they do what they've done in other Star Wars movies and clip pieces of different sayings and put them together.
Yeah.
Well, I played Jedi Fallen Order last year, and they had somebody else do his voice, and he sounded pretty good. But yeah, I don't know.
Nerd.
Is there anyone who could do the voice better than James Earl Jones? Caller, you're on.
It doesn't get old.
How about the guy that played Mufasa?
It sounds so similar.
They sound real. Could work.
Solid.
Yeah.
Could work.
Well, yeah, guys, that's our box office this week. Again, thanks to this global pandemic we find ourselves in, numbers aren't big. Maybe one day we'll get back to big numbers.
Maybe not.
But yeah, maybe not.
If someone wanted to give me $900K right now, I'd take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would not complain.
Yeah, I'll take $900,000.
I would watch the extended editions of Lord of the Rings in a heartbeat for any amount of money.
What was that?
Yeah,
That was
easy.
that
Yeah, who sent
like
that?
Scammer Barstool that had that question?
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter, Instagram.
So it was like, what would you
$3 million or something?
No, it was
It's
like
like
2.3 billion.
Yeah, to watch all extended edition.
I'd watch the extended edition
Yeah.
every day for
Like-
a year if they were going to give me $1 billion.
Even
Yeah.
if the rule was you can't move from the couch, like if you get up off the couch,
You lose?
you lose. Fine,
Mhm.
give me a bottle. I'll pee in it. Like
it wouldn't take. I would do it for $300. I think
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would do it for
Yeah.
$30.
I would enjoy myself. To be quite honest.
Right. My thing is like, there's such good movies. Like, it's not like they're terrible to watch.
And what do I do on a Saturday anyway? I wake
Right.
up, watch TV, and then I watch TV until I go to bed. Like, okay,
Yeah.
the extended
It's like a good
versions,
Saturday.
like the total, like the runtime of all three extended versions is less than 12 hours.
yeah.
Like-
You could go have breakfast, be home by 9, then take a lunch break, and then have some dinner while watching, and be done by 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
My
then
dad-
watch,
That's a good day.
and then
my
watch
dad
something
and
else
my
after.
sister. Yeah,
Yeah,
my dad
and
and my
then
sister have done
a
this
nightcap.
for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did it in high school.
Yeah. I probably
really-
will do it again at some point.
it's really an insulting question.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you think of us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe they put it out there just to weed out the idiots. Anyone who said no,
Like,
Yeah.
no way.
No.
and they blocked
Not
them.
enough.
Yeah. I would,
That-
there's,
that one with the little
Petty
wizard
plays,
boy.
That's true.
I would watch a lot worse for a lot less.
Mhm.
That's,
Mhm.
yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd watch all the Twilight movies for like $100.
Ooh.
That's a better question. Would you sit and watch all 5 Twilight
Oof.
movies?
All 5 are probably about the
Wait.
same time as 3
Yeah,
Lord
there's
of the Rings
5.
movies, right?
Yeah. So there's 5 movies. Would you sit down and watch all 5 of those movies for $100 in one sitting?
Yes.
I don't think I could do it for 100.
Sitting on his high horse, old Tom.
I'm with Tom here.
Old Kev sitting on his high horse. Well, you think you're better than me? Probably. Well, guys, there wasn't a ton of headlines this week. Just 2 big ones, really, I think we should touch on. One is that there's going to be a Willy Wonka prequel film directed by the same guy who directed Paddington, which apparently is amazing. Never seen it, but I've never heard anything bad about Paddington 1 or 2.
It got it was in the 90s. Both of them were in
Yeah.
the 90s on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a strange corner of the internet where Paddington memes are huge, and I've never quite grasped any of it.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, man.
Yeah.
But apparently, yeah, it's going to be a prequel. Kind of, I guess it's showing or showcasing the rise of Willy Wonka. What would you guys want to see in this? Like, what do you? What's the
Cutthroat.
one thing about Willy Wonka's backstory that you've always wanted to know?
Mm,
What made him so creepy?
yeah.
Is it a prequel to the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka or the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka? Because that's a big
I don't know.
big deal.
Where did he find such a large population of
Yes.
his helpers?
Well, they kind of go through that in Johnny Depp's
Oh.
Willy Wonka, right?
That's
Oh, I
true.
never saw that one.
Yeah, it was
How does a man who obviously loves candy so much stay so fit and trim?
good question.
Fair enough. Maybe that's all he eats. Maybe he does
Cocaine.
intermittent fasting with just candy.
I was going to say drugs, but whatever.
That too. If he has access to chocolate, I assume he has access to cocaine because those are kind of like, I don't want to say similar, but like, aren't they
coca
kind of
plant
grown
is
in
the
the
coca
same
plant.
areas of the world?
Possibly.
Could be. Who knows?
Well,
I know nothing,
This isn't a hard drugs podcast, so we don't know where cocaine comes
but
from.
we are very pro chocolate.
I know that cocaine has come from Nicaragua. That is one country I can confirm that cocaine comes from. And that's from watching a documentary.
I
Colombia.
was going to say personal experience or what? But...
No, I've never I don't know who I would call to get cocaine. Like I don't
Yes,
know where
I'd
it
like.
is.
I'd like. a
yeah,
drug.
your life depended on it. You have to score some cocaine in the next 24 hours. Who
I'm dead.
Who are you going to first?
I've been at parties and around people who have had cocaine, but I've always wondered, like, do you work on Wall Street? Like, where did you find that?
Yeah. Is this the 1980s?
Yeah.
Like, where are you getting it this easily?
Yeah, Tom, what's the Wall Street of Colombia?
Boy, I don't know.
We're in
Funny.
dire
I've
history
not.
here.
I've not left the house since March, so I have no idea what anything is anymore.
That's fair. But yeah, the Wonka film. So apparently the two front runners to play Wonka in the early years are Tom Holland and Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet. I feel like he's got more of a Wonka factor about him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's also right now, if you're making a movie, we need a young male white actor. It's
Those are the two.
It's like,
I'm going to say something. I think Chalamet is a little overrated.
Whoa.
I haven't loved any of his movies.
okay,
Wow.
that one
That's-
hurts. Little
that's-
Woman was,
It was fine.
Have you seen Interstellar, bro? Jeez.
yeah.
What?
Yeah. He's in Interstellar.
Where?
I'll be honest.
He played
I
young
didn't know
Casey
that either.
Affleck.
Yeah, he just wasn't Timothy
Oh.
Chalamet.
Oh, I didn't know that, actually.
I didn't either.
Well,
Yeah, this was like
F.
before.
There goes my theory.
This was before Chalamet blew up and became the heartthrob that he is today.
That's super funny. And another controversial thing, I thought Lady Bird was fine. Not better than fine. I was never a teenage girl, so I didn't connect with it that well.
You don't have to be a teenage girl to connect with Lady Bird. That movie's awesome.
I didn't really connect with Lady Bird.
Okay,
Again.
Kevin, you're saying a lot of things today that are really hurtful.
I'm sorry.
Yikes,
I
man.
mean, I liked Lady Bird, but
I liked it, but
it's-
I didn't really get into it like my wife did because, once again, was never a teenage girl.
Okay. Well, what else? What other hurtful things you want to say? What else you want to get out of the way today,
What
Kevin?
else
He could
can
attack
I
La La
tell
Land.
you?
Oh, don't do that. That's not cool.
I have something to say about La La Land.
Okay, well we're gonna move on
No,
because I don't want to hear it.
I've never seen it.
Oh, okay.
That's my
well,
admission. That's my admission of never seeing it because I don't like musicals.
well, you should see it because it's a great movie.
I don't like musicals.
Well, a lot of people don't like musicals.
Didn't see Les Mis either. So
I haven't seen Les Mis.
As a person who Les Mis is my favorite musical, if you haven't seen the movie, that's probably better because I don't want Russell Crowe ruining the musical for you.
here's maybe the most damning thing I could say. I have not seen Hamilton either.
I have neither.
No more Hamilton.
That's fine. It's
Hamilton's
just-
long.
it's an American treasure.
It is long.
It is good.
I feel
though.
like everyone's seen it at this point because it's on Disney Plus. But
the blues.
me and Tom, I guess.
I'm
Well-
the same though, Kevin. I'm a big musical fan.
Yeah, GTFO. You know.
Musicals, are they overrated? Yes. This is Larry King now.
As a musical fan, though, the thing about Hamilton is it's a lot different than most musicals that you watch. Because
What was the last musical everyone saw? Because mine's kind of funny.
Probably Hamilton.
if you're including watching it on like TV? It would
No,
be Hamilton.
live.
Then it was Les Mis.
Mine was Young Frankenstein
Nice.
at the Fox.
Nice.
Don't know why.
I didn't know there was a musical version of that. I'll have to check
It was
that
actually
out.
pretty funny.
Well, Young Frankenstein's funny, so I'm not surprised.
I saw a musical in 2020 live, and it was
Whoa.
Les Mis.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Was it
When?
in like February?
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget there was like 2.5, 3 months of 2020 where we were
Things
allowed
are
to
regular.
go do stuff.
That seems so long ago.
Yeah, like the
Wow.
Chiefs won the Super Bowl in
It's a
2020.
lifetime ago.
Not to brag, but
Like I went to a Super
brag.
Bowl. I went to a parade in 2020.
yeah, Kenny was in a different state for a week because of the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Whew. That's just like this year thinking about the Super Bowl, which now we know who's in it. Like thinking
Definitely
about like who, if the team wins, that team, then
Think of the
it's going to be very
storylines
different celebration
that
for
come out of that.
fan base of whoever wins. Like no parade, probably not gathering to watch it with friends. You're not going to the game.
If I can't remember if Tampa Bay's in it or not. Yeah, someone will have to refresh my memory. But if it is, I don't think anything like no parade, kind of standard. Do they have fans? I don't know.
Maybe
I think they're allowing fans in Tampa Bay.
maybe they'll
They
have a
are.
boat
They're
parade.
doing like 8,000 seats to frontline medical workers for free.
Oh wow,
It's kind of
Oh, that's
that's
cool.
awesome.
And then like 10 or 12,000 to other people. It's like 20,000 total, I think.
Wow, that's really
pretty
cool.
They should just pack. They should just pack the whole stadium with people that have been vaccinated. To be honest,
That's
get
fair.
it loud.
Mob, did Kate get a ticket to the Super Bowl? She's a doctor.
No.
Okay.
Has
Just
she been
wondering.
vaccinated yet? Kind of
Yes.
personal question.
She is double dosed. She's good to go.
Can we get Kate's
Dosed.
medical records, please?
Yeah. Thank you. One of the best things about America is the modernization of medical records. Tom's the only one that got that joke. It's cool.
Uh-huh.
Is that an office quote?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a Dwight thing.
That's like early.
Yes.
Mhm.
Is that when he finds a joint in the parking lot, or is that before?
I don't know. I think it's when they're
I just
asking
saw
him.
this.
They're trying to figure out if he's dating Angela, and they're asking him like, "Would you like a blonde or a brunette?" And he
right,
goes,
yeah.
"What's their medical history?"
Yeah. That's what it is.
So
Well,
anyway,
other than the Wonka movie, the only other big news that came out this week was No Time to Die has been pushed back for the third time.
I'm fine with it.
Good news.
Yeah.
It should be a fall movie.
Yes, I agree. I also
It's sad.
am like, let's delay the ending of Daniel Craig as Bond as long as possible
Forever.
because he's the best. And I don't like, yeah, there's other people that I'm sure will be good, but like, I'm good.
We still
man.
haven't come up with the next Bond, have we?
No.
There's been rumors for years.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think he's the best. I would like him to be Bond into his 70s. That'd be great.
Here's my hot take. I agree with Kenny.
Nice. Nice.
That is a hot take.
I will miss him when he's done being Bond.
Has he been in the most Bond films?
This will be his fifth. I don't think that's the most though.
Yeah, I don't think
Did
so.
Connor do like 6 or 7
He did a
or
lot.
something?
And so did Roger Moore, I thought. I thought he did quite a few.
Yeah.
We did a whole Bond podcast, so you think we'd know this stuff.
I think that they should do a Bond multiverse where you get Daniel Craig and you get Pierce Brosnan and you get Timothy Dalton because they're all still alive.
Yeah, that'd be
George
pretty sick.
Lazenby's still alive, I think.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
They're just all sitting in a cafe. This is their yearly meetup. That'd be
Right.
fun.
Yeah.
I think that there's now that multiverses are becoming a thing, like we can
Why
go
not?
so many ways with this.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it on headlines this week. Not a whole lot going on in the movie world. But that brings us to our newest segment. Because it's something that, we talk about movie news. We talk about, we have fun with our games and our drafts and our challenges.
We're
But we
silly
never
like
talk
that.
about what we're into, So this new segment is called What You Big On? And essentially, we're just going to go through and talk about what we're big on for the past few weeks. So I figured, Tom,
Yeah.
let's start with you, man. What you big on this
Sure.
week?
Yeah. So I just finished last weekend The Mandalorian, and I loved it. Like, it was one of those shows that I didn't realize how much.
Spoilers, please.
Oh, no spoilers.
Watching it right now.
No spoilers. But it was one of those shows that when it finished, I didn't realize until then like how much I was actually into it. Because then like the next night I was just like, I'm gonna go watch the next episode. Ooh, it's over.
That's one of the
And-
worst feelings.
And I,
Yeah.
I was kind of bummed about it. Just like, man, that was a really good show. It was just very well done. And they did a great job too of like really making it its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where there were moments where I kind of forgot it was like a Star Wars setting.
Right.
It felt very independent, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. Obviously now all the episodes of The Mandalorian season 1 and 2 are on Disney Plus. One of the things I've been frustrated with, not just with The Mandalorian, but with Disney Plus shows in general, including WandaVision, is that they release weekly. So
Yeah.
you can't just binge
Yeah.
them.
What is this?
And they're not very long. Like Disney Plus
Mhm.
shows are like only 30 to 40 minutes long per episode. And now I have to wait an entire week because WandaVision is like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
That's what I've heard, and that's why I haven't started it yet because I feel like I need to watch it all at once, basically.
Yeah,
But-
probably be
Straight in my
good.
mind.
At the same time with Mandalorian, I haven't started WandaVision for the same reason Kevin said, just because I'm going to wait to binge that one just from what I've heard. But with The Mandalorian, it was kind of fun to be like, have that. It took me back to the days of Lost, in all honesty.
TV?
And Lost
Oh,
wasn't
Lost.
great, but every week you would watch Lost and you would at the end be like, oh my gosh, I have to wait a week to figure out what that meant.
And I think
it
that's
was
why
nice
the-
to have that with a good TV show.
Yeah.
I think that's why the writing didn't have to be as airtight back in the day because you waited a week and you didn't really quite remember all the details.
Yeah.
People are just going to forget.
Right.
Pretty much. They're just living for the new week.
Right. What else you big on, Tom?
Yeah, so I started watching Ted Dance's new show, Mr. Mayor, and usually with new shows like this, they start promoting them, and you see commercials. They usually don't look that good, but this one intrigued me enough to like give it a shot. Guys, it's hilarious. Like I don't know if it'll do very well. Like I was telling Laura, I feel like shows like this usually don't last super long, but we're laughing, having a great time. It's a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be. So I don't know if you want to check it out, but if you don't like it, don't blame me. But
Okay.
I am just surprised at how much I've really enjoyed it.
I was actually interested in it for the sole reason of Ted Danson,
Yeah.
because like he's in the Good Place,
Yeah.
which is amazing, and he's awesome in it. And it's
Yeah.
like he's kind of having not a resurgence, but kind of a resurgence in
A little bit,
in
yeah.
his later years, and he's wonderful.
Yeah. And he's really funny in this because he is very good at playing that kind of out of touch character. And so like in the show, he's like a retired billionaire, sold his company for however much money. And then he like ran to become mayor. And it just, he has these lines throughout every episode that just kind of show like his goofy out of touchness with people around him. And then Bobby Moynihan's a real treat as well. It's a pretty, and even Holly Hunter, like, I don't think she's as,
Wait,
Funny.
hold on.
Holly
Wait,
Hunter?
Holly Hunter or Helen Hunt? Yeah,
it is Holly Hunter.
Okay.
sure.
We got that cleared up.
The one
but
who won an Oscar for the piano.
The piano, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But she's fantastic in it as well. And I think it's always fun too to see actors and actresses who have like movie careers for like decades end up doing like a show, and they do very, very well at it. Yeah.
Cool. Anything else you big on?
I also wrote down, I rediscovered the Celebrities Read Mean Tweets. And so the other night I just went on this long tangent of these Jimmy Kimmel clips, and I was just crying laughing because they were so funny.
Some people are so mean.
There was
Yeah.
some that were just so brutal. Like there was one that Jim Parsons read about himself that I was just like, oh my gosh, it was wild. Someone said he looks like a ventriloquist dummy that grew up to become a pedophile. It was.
It does kind of look like a
That's
ventriloquist, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I was
thanks.
taken aback, and then yeah.
He would make a really good like saw puppet if he put the face paint on. He's got the right bone structure.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you guys what I'm big on this week.
Let
A
us
couple
have
of things. First one, watch One Night in Miami last night. Very good movie. Highly recommend it. But more importantly, what I'm really big on was J-Lo sneaking in Let's Get Loud during the inauguration when she was singing. I don't. Here's the thing. I feel like first and foremost, that is not the appropriate stage to say "Let's get loud" in your song.
No, it's more of a stadium song.
Right. The other thing is that with this inauguration, there's nobody there.
Right.
So who's getting loud?
There were some people.
Yeah, it wasn't
not
a
a
lot.
lot.
Though.
Not a lot.
Wasn't a lot.
And usually, it's not the kind of crowd that gets raucous. It's more like a subdued.
Right.
You're
people.
telling me Bernie's not going to get raucous?
Oh, Bernie. I also really like the size of Garth Brooks' belt buckle. That was a big boy. Like
My
that's
Bernie.
gotta like jab into your stomach, right?
You'd think so.
It doesn't seem.
If you like try and lean over.
Yeah.
I realized 2020 was kind of a pandemic year and you didn't get out much, but you don't just see those kinds of belt buckles walking around Texas.
No, I don't.
No.
Well, yeah, no, not a lot. Not in, especially not in Austin. You don't see a lot of that.
I bet in Dallas you see some more belt buckles.
I bet you're right. I think once you get about not even that far out of Austin, you get like a few, like maybe 10 minutes north, south, east, or west out of Austin, you're going to see a lot more belt buckles. But yeah. So yeah, inauguration. That was a party. Speaking of, Kev, what were you big on this week?
Couldn't be bigger on the Bernie memes. They're my favorite thing to happen to the internet in a long time.
They're everywhere.
It's Amy and I were talking last night, and we were trying to think of like the thing that was the last meme that was this viral, and we had trouble coming up with something because it's hitting like every level of age group. It's amazing. And
What do you-
I don't know
What do you think is the best one you saw?
that I've seen so many. I really like the GIF of the one where it's the guy that flips
with
open the chair and then Bernie just pops up. I think that's my favorite one.
That was good. I really like the MMA one where it was him.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
he's
the guy in the
tapping on it.
armbar.
Hold it, yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, Amy bought a T-shirt with the Bernie meme on it last night, so that'll be here soon.
That's
We're
great.
we're just really in all on it. All in on it. There it
He's
is.
selling them, right? Like
He
he's
sold
He should
Sweatshirts.
capitalize on it.
he sold sweatshirts
Which
and
would
they
be
sold out,
funny.
like instantly, and then he gave all the proceeds to Vermont Meals on.
that's such a Bernie
Okay.
thing to do.
I was gonna say, talk about irony. Biggest socialist making big profits off his.
Yeah, no, he didn't keep it. He didn't keep it.
That makes sense.
I just love one of my favorite things about the whole image is he's like, yeah, I'm at this inauguration, whatever, but it's not the biggest thing on my to-do list. I got mail to send today.
Yeah.
I got to get to the post office. Such a New England dad kind of
Yeah.
thing. New England grandpa. Like
He's gonna
let's
walk
hurry
the
up and get
mall
this
later.
over with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm biggest on this week. I'm also big on Disney Plus. I'm very late to the game. Very
Plus
late to
is
the game. But I we just got the bundle where you get Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu for like $12 or something. And I've been flying through some Disney Plus content. We watched Soul last weekend.
We did too.
Yeah, really liked it. Watched I can't remember what it's called. Tom Holland and
Onward.
yeah, Onward. Watched that last night, and I think I'm going to go through and start. I've never done it, but I'm going to go back and watch all the Marvel movies in theatrical release order.
You know
a
what
lot.
Kate and I have done with Disney Plus recently is all the X-Men, which was
Oh, yeah.
kind of
Those were
entertaining.
so good back. Those were the original. Remember,
They had the original, but Days of Futures Past is the
Days of
second
Future.
best X-Men movie. of
I
all time.
love that
It's
one.
a great movie.
yeah.
X-Men
Logan
has
being the best.
yeah.
I just love when they go back and alter history. That's like one
Yeah.
of my favorite things you can do in a movie.
Yeah. Well, and what's
It's so
funny
much
is
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
you watch, like, for me, I watch the ones going forward after that, and I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense because in the first three, this is what
Yeah.
happened, and then you remember, wait, no,
Mhm.
they altered the
Changed
future,
it. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
which is
different.
crazy and awesome.
Well, that's why I love Inglorious Bastards and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because Tarantino just says, I don't like how history turned out. Here's what we're gonna do.
let's fix it.
Yeah.
X-Men
yeah.
kind of has like a rocky because there's excellent X-Men movies and then there's
No,
some real
really-
stinkers.
I didn't even watch the
Yeah.
most recent one.
Yeah. I
We
think after
did just to finish it out, and
Was it called Phoenix?
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix. Yeah. Is that the last one that they're doing?
and now
Well, isn't there a TV show now soon?
The New Mutants or
New
something.
Mutants, yeah.
Well, that was a movie.
Not TV. No, but I swear there was a series coming. I don't know.
I don't know. I know they're integrating it into the MCU, but
Yeah,
that
everything's
is
in
yet to be
MCU.
seen how that's going to work.
I can't wait for Deadpool to get into the MCU officially. I
It'll
can't
be
wait for the
fun.
fun he's going to make of it.
Man, there's so much like rumor and like all these things. Like now, apparently, like Matt or Daredevil might be in the new Spider-Man movie.
So here's my beef with all the rumors about Spider-Man 3.
Okay,
How great would it have been if we could have just showed up, watched the movie, and discovered these things on screen for the first time? And
It
now
would've
we're
been
just
awesome.
kind of getting them all ruined because of the internet.
it's hard to keep that stuff under wraps, though. is the
Yeah,
problem.
I know. It's just the old man yells at cloud. So
It's true.
these kids and their tweets and Twitters and spoiling my movie going experience.
And it's true though. All the
Tell 'em,
kids with
Larry.
their Twitters.
All right, don't tell him, Larry.
Twitter has it ruined the movie industry?
That was a little bit of Christopher Walken meets
Larry King.
Larry King's hard to do, man. It takes a lot
Hey,
of practice. You know how long
um,
I practiced my Larry King voice before we started recording today? I woke up at 7
Zero.
o'clock and just started. I saw the news. I was like, all right, I got to get to work on this impression. It's still not good.
We should have a weekly segment where Kenny just does a new celebrity impression. Like this
I like
week,
it.
it should just be Christopher Walken because you've got that on deck. But
Christopher Walken? You mean Larry King?
no, Christopher Walken. You're doing an incredible Christopher Walken. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway. Well, Mob, I feel like we've just. What are you big on, man? Like, we've just been talking, and it's your turn.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of inauguration themes going on, and mine is in the same vein because I guess that was a big thing that happened this week. What I'm big on is making Shallow the national anthem, because when Lady Gaga started singing the national anthem, there were points in there where I thought she was just going to break out into Shallow, and I found myself wanting that more. Also, I'm not going to take credit for this because I saw it on Twitter, but I fully agree with it. I think the most unifying thing that could have been done in that inauguration is if Biden had gotten up there and just said, "Tell me something, girl," and she walked out and they just duetted it together.
Yeah.
I would
have
love
been
to
there
hear
for that.
Biden sing.
And he would do it with his no nonsense demeanor too.
Right.
in
Tell
his
me
aviators.
something, girl. Yeah.
Wearing a
yeah.
mask.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's cool. Well, guys, that was what you big on for this week. Thanks for bringing it.
Do we need a theme song? I think yes.
We need theme songs for a lot of things.
Do you have a recording studio yet?
I don't. I mean, I could record something. I don't know.
I would love that. I got GarageBand. Let's make it happen.
All right. I mean, the GarageBand has been instrumental in making theme songs for this podcast in the Let's Talk Tiger podcast. So, also, quick plug. If you haven't listened to Let's Talk Tiger parts 1 and 2, you can find that on our feed or on corkbats.com or on
Question:
YouTube.
Do I need to have seen the documentary first?
I would recommend it.
Hmm.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun.
I haven't watched it, and I haven't listened to the second episode yet, but the first one I followed just fine without seeing the
yeah, that's the
doc.
thing is it's based off of like known
Real life.
factual history.
Right.
I will watch the doc eventually. Pretty
If
Doc's
you're
pretty good.
familiar with Tiger Woods, there's not going to be a lot in there that you're like, oh, I didn't know that.
Is it an HBO doc?
Mhm.
I think so.
Yes.
It's pretty good.
Yes. Well, guys, now it's time to switch gears. Time for. Do we have trivia this week?
I do have some trivia.
Let's get into
Hell yeah.
Tommy's trivia.
Let's get into trivia.
Yeah.
All right. So I thought we would do it just like we did last week. I'll pick one of you to ask 5 trivia questions. You'll get. I said 15, but you know what?
15 seems short.
That's a loose timeline.
Right.
And this week I choose Ken.
That's me.
I've gone through some trivia that some will be easy and I hope some will be a little challenging. So with that
I just
said,
pointed myself in the mirror over there. You got this, bud. All right.
so just to start us off, we'll do an easy one. Ken. Oh, and the category this week is drama. I feel like you're pretty well adept at dramatic film. So
Knock it out of the park.
start with an easy one here. Ken, question number 1. A lonely janitor forms a relationship with an amphibious creature in which movie?
Shape of Water, aka Grinding
Nailed
Nemo.
it.
There it is.
There it is.
I
Nice.
honestly can't remember the name of the real movie anymore. It's really problematic because there was a couple times in the last year where I tried to talk to someone about it and was like,
It was Grinding Nemo. You remember?
it's tough. Tough look.
All right, Ken, your second question. In 2014, which movie won the Oscar for Best Motion Picture of the Year?
Like it won the award in 2014 or was released in 2014?
Won the award in 2014. It came out in 2013.
Trying to get my years straight. Was it? Oh shoot, no, it wasn't. Was it 12 Years a Slave?
Nailed it.
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yay me.
Yeah. Good for you.
I'm so
All
smart.
right. You are so smart. All right. This one
How
might
many
be
years back could you list the best pictures?
I could
Starting
probably
now,
go
going backwards.
When I was born to now, I could probably name all of them.
Respect.
That's awesome.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Kind
not
of.
gonna do it. That would take like 30 minutes. No way. Because I would have to think about it, but I'm 95% sure I could do it.
We'll get you a Sporkle one of these days and we'll see how well you do.
Okay.
All right. This next one might be the hardest one. Which movie follows a father and daughter who have been living off the grid in the forests of Portland? Kevin seems like he knows it.
I know.
I know. I
can't think of the name.
It's got Ben Foster in it,
Yeah.
but I can't remember the name of it.
Mhm.
I don't. I remember watching the trailer, but
Yeah.
I don't think I could tell you what the name of the movie is.
I've almost watched the movie like 7 times and I've never pulled the trigger.
Would you like to phone a friend?
Yeah, I'll phone Kevin.
I don't know the name. We're in the same predicament here.
Okay.
Mob.
It's
You
like
know.
2 words.
No,
One
no.
or 2 words.
The answer, Leave No Trace.
Okay.
Darth.
Yeah.
Do I get
Heard it's great.
partial
Heard it's
credit for
great.
naming the main actor in the movie?
I will give you partial credit for that
All right.
because I had a hard time. Like I could picture his face. I just couldn't remember his name. So
Sweet shit.
our next question. In the movie Brooklyn, which country did the protagonist, Ellis, immigrate from?
Ireland.
You are correct, sir. Mob, did you know that?
Yeah.
Nice.
As a fellow Irish person,
And our 5th question of the day. Kenny. Mads Mikkelsen played a father fighting for custody of his teenage son in which movie?
Was it The Hunt?
It was. Oh my
Jeez.
gosh.
Kenny.
I'm a winner.
What a
That's
day.
amazing.
I should
Good
be
work.
on a show. Well, I am.
His show.
The CineBoiz podcast.
It's like,
So
Quiz show.
this week I got these questions from this trivia game that my mom got me for Christmas like 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And we hadn't played it until the other night. Laura and I sat down and we were going through it. And I was going through it this morning to try to find some questions for this. And I came across one. And I'm in a real weird headspace with this one right now because I don't know if I've ever heard this and I don't know if it's true. I can't remember the exact phrasing or what the question was, but it said something like, which city is the character Robert Rocky Balboa from? And I was like, Robert? Did
Oh.
they ever give Rocky a first name?
Yeah. Well, they don't really like say it much, but yeah, his name is technically Robert.
Really?
Yeah, because they, obviously his son's name is Robert too,
Mm-hmm.
and he's named after his dad.
that's so easy. It feels
What-
like it
was
should be
that-
a trick question.
Was that Rocky 5? Because that's the one I've seen probably the least.
Where
I
they
guess-
mentioned his
I
name
guess-
was Robert.
I guess he's got
Probably
his
in
son
the
in
first one
Rocky
somewhere.
4.
Yeah, Rocky Balboa is the one I remember clearly where Robert Balboa is mentioned.
because that's the one about he and his son, right?
Right.
Rocky
Yeah.
Balboa.
Oh, right.
About their relationship.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because it was kind of dicey,
Yeah.
with all that stuff with Tommy Gunn. It's like, oh, is Tommy Gunn? Does my dad love Tommy Gunn more than he loves me? Rocky 5. What a great movie. Maybe the best Rocky movie. What's the name of the promoter in that movie?
What was his name?
He was like super over the top. They're trying to make him like Don King.
Yeah. That's all I can think of is Don King. I know
Shotgun? I don't know.
Tommy Gunn. Well, cool. Thanks for the trivia this week. Congratulations to me to almost perfect.
Big win.
Almost had them all.
Set the standard.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, with that, let's get into some movie anniversaries.
Yeah. Happy 5-year anniversary to Manchester by the Sea.
Hey, I've seen that movie.
I saw that. It was so sad.
Really? Me and Kevin saw it together, actually.
We did, didn't we? I think it was you, me, and Amy.
Yeah.
What
real depressing. And it was like an afternoon showing.
It was like we got out at like 3:00 and it was just like a cloudy day, cold. And I'm pretty sure me and Kenny cried in the theater. I don't know.
It was
very heavy.
Very sad.
I just remember hearing like, oh, this movie's really depressing. And probably the first half of it, I was like, I'm not getting that vibe. And then all of a sudden, it's like, bam,
out of nowhere.
Oh my.
Yeah, goodness.
Yeah, it gets real dark real quick.
Yeah. Happy 10-year anniversary to The Mechanic. I think that has Jason Statham.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Not The Machinist.
No.
The Machinist.
That's a wild movie.
That's a dark movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then happy 25-year anniversary to Big Bully, which I had forgotten what this one was, but it has Rick Moranis and Tom Arnold.
Classic.
Must be a comedy.
I think it was.
Mm.
I heard some trivia about this is Rick Moranis related. They almost named Honey, I Shrunk the Kids something wildly inappropriate. Did anyone else see that?
Mm-mm.
No.
I'd like
Look
to know
it up, man.
All right.
Because now I want to know.
It was like something pretty funny.
The suspense. Oh, man.
Gosh, I can't believe I didn't send this to you in the text, to be honest.
Oh, man. By the time we get the answer, Mob's plant's going to die.
We might just have to leave the people on a cliffhanger.
We'll figure it out. Bring it to us next week.
All right.
You
probably
we'll
won't, but I'll
start
try.
the episode with what was the...
I got
You
it.
find it?
Mob's
You find
got
it?
it.
Teeny weenies.
Yeah. I mean,
This summer, get ready for
teeny weenies.
Oy.
That
wouldn't
came
have
out a couple weeks ago, and I was like, what?
That would not have been great.
So, what do you think, if they'd stayed with that course, what do you think Honey, I Blew Up the Kid would have been?
Big dick.
Yeah, they would have had to name the kid Richard.
Yeah.
Big dick.
Just imagine like the problems that would have created once the internet came along and kids were looking for their favorite movie teeny weenies on the internet, but they didn't have the correct filters.
Yeah, parental blockers
Would have been bad.
Yikes.
So there's 3 movies in the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids trilogy, right?
I think so.
So
I've
it's
only ever seen the first, I think.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Yeah, Honey, We Shrunk
Honey,
Ourselves.
I Shrunk Ourselves, I did see, actually. That was pretty good.
Well, I'm pretty sure that was a straight-to-video movie.
It sounds like it.
Don't think it was in theaters. But I do remember watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was a ride at Disney that was Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Oh, my. Was it like one of those ones you sit in like there's a screen in front of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, guys, that brings us to the end of the episode. I would like to thank Tom for all of his research. Thank you, Tom. And you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the CineBoiz Podcast. You can also email us, the CineBoizPodcast@gmail.com. We like hearing from you, so feel free to email us at any time. And then also, we are part of the Corked Bats Podcast Network. So if you follow us, that means you'll probably be a fan of Cork Bats, and you can follow them at Cork Bats on Instagram and Twitter. Also, corkbats.com is their website. And also, you can be watching us on their YouTube page, which reminds me, I forgot to say, you can listen to us on Spotify and Apple. If you do listen to us, be sure to like and subscribe and tell two friends. You know, we're going to keep that trend growing because we're growing. You know, we've been growing steadily, which is fun to watch. So keep doing it. Keep telling those people. And then also you can watch us on the Cork Bats YouTube page as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. You got anything you want to say?
Nope. Like and subscribe, you fools.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah, way to come at them hard. All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.